dark hero, and this story is called Good Riddance.
I'd been at home alone with my baby boy. He'll be difficult raising him by myself, but I appreciate the one-on-one time. Sure, I miss my boyfriend, but we fought so much during the pregnancy. We were only dating for a month when I found out I was pregnant. He didn't take the news well. He told me to get rid of it. It. He called our baby it, as if it were some junk. But I stood my ground. I looked him straight in the eye and I told him that we were having this child. And there was a lot of back and forth until he finally accepted the news and I moved in with him. Eventually, it seemed like he was coming around. He was as sweet and caring as when we first met at the beginning of the year. We planned how to make our guest bedroom into the baby's room. He even picked out the color to paint the walls. He chose a pretty dark blue. He asked how I knew it was going to be a boy so early, but I assured him that it was a mother's intuition. We both laughed and laughed and laughed. A couple of days later, he suggested we go to the doctor. I refused. I told him that I was completely healthy. Me and the baby were healthy. But he kept on insisting that we needed to go get ultrasounds and prepare for the delivery. I know my body. I don't need a doctor telling me what to do with it. He asked me if I was actually pregnant. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I told him to get out, and he called me crazy. He said that something was wrong with me. I couldn't hear anymore, so I locked myself in the baby's room. Late that night, I could hear him whispering to me outside the door. "Not your baby. It's mine. You're not the mother." His words were echoing in my head so loud that I couldn't hear anything. He wanted to take my baby away from me. I wanted to deny it, but every fiber within me was screaming for me to save the baby. The following morning, he insisted that I take a pregnancy test, and I scoffed at him, but he said he needed to know for sure. So I played his silly games, and we waited for the results. Negative. There was no way, so I took another. Negative. I told him to go back to the fucking store right now and get more. I knew he was trying to trick me, and he told me that I was crazy and that I needed to leave. I refused, so he grabbed me by the shoulders. I struggled within his grasp, but I managed to push him away, and he stumbled back onto his feet. Wham! His head crashed into the kitchen countertop. He looked up at me, groggy. He slurred, shouting at me to stop as I grabbed a blade from the knife block and brought it down on him. I stabbed him repeatedly in the neck. The gurgled noise that came out of him drowned out the voices screaming in my skull. After a few more minutes, everything had gone silent. I looked down, and right above my boyfriend's shoulders was a beautiful baby boy. He looked exactly like his daddy. Same eyes, hair, ears, mouth, and nose. I picked up my little bundle and happily brought him to his little room. I twirled and danced, singing to him a lovely lullaby. I looked around the room and realized that it would look much better in red. I think I left the paint in the kitchen.
Through the Fog is recorded and edited by Intro and outro by Katie Kemp. For more stories, go to www.throughthefog.org. We'll be back in 2 weeks, so keep your eyes on the fog.